Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into the whole phenomenon around Jimmy Donaldson, MrBeast, as pretty much everyone knows him. You've likely seen his videos, maybe even wonder how he does it. Well, the story behind his incredible rise, it's maybe even more fascinating than you'd think. We've looked at our sources, including some key video excerpts that break down his strategies, just to understand how this, 26-year-old guy went from, a basement setup to this global force.
Yeah, it's quite something.
I mean, as of early June 2025, we're talking 402 million subscribers on YouTube. It's almost 500 million. It's huge.
Mind-boggling number.
Right. And he started way back, 2012. Just him, an old PC. 0 views, basically. Friends apparently told him, this won't work. But he had this core belief. If an idea's got that spark, that fire, the views, the likes, they'll come. And, well, they definitely did. Celebrity net worth is even calling him the world's youngest self-made billionaire. Net worth around $1 billion US, give or take. That's like 8,300 crore.
Yeah.
And monthly earnings near $7 million. So 60 crore a month? It's wild.
And what's really compelling here, I think, isn't just the massive scale, though that's obviously impressive. It's the very deliberate, sometimes really counterintuitive strategies he used right from the start.
Yeah.
So this deep dive, our goal is to kind of pull out those core principles, make them relevant for, well, anyone trying to get a handle on success today, especially in the creator world, or even just how to think bigger, maybe make a bigger impact.
Okay, so, how did he even start building this empire? Let's unpack this. Our first lesson, the first thing we pulled out, it's really about thinking differently. Pushing boundaries. He just embodies this idea of, think something new, think differently from everyone else, and just keep doing it, keep hammering away until you create a sensation. It's not just putting stuff out there. It's relentlessly innovating what content can even be. Like, take January 2017. He uploaded a video, and you might remember this, where he literally just counted from 1 to 100,000 on camera.
I remember seeing that. It sounds simple, but...
Right. But it wasn't simple to do. It took him roughly 40 hours. 40. And the source we look at describes him just collapsing in his chair after saying 100,000.
Yeah.
Like completely wiped out.
That's dedication.
Exactly. And this crazy but kind of mundane idea, millions of views, pretty much overnight. He gave him his first really big viral moment. But he didn't just stop there.
Right.
He kept pushing. Later, another sort of chapter of craziness, he filmed himself buried alive in a coffin for 50 hours. Yeah. He later said something like he buried fear in the ground by doing that.
Connecting this to the bigger picture, it really flags this important role of, let's call it extreme innovation maybe, and persistence. It's not just being unique for uniqueness' sake. It's this persistent, almost obsessive pursuit of that uniqueness, even when it seems totally absurd, or like you said, physically brutal at first. This stubbornness to do something new, as the source calls it, that's precisely what can set you on a different trajectory in, let's face it, a very crowded digital space. It's about being memorable because you're genuinely, fundamentally different.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, he could have easily just jumped on the next trend, but he really doubled down on what made him stand out. And here's where it gets really interesting, because what makes this kind of thing sustainable, especially at his scale now, is how he handles the money. So the second lesson we uncovered, it's all about radical reinvestment. Truly radical. MrBeast apparently has this philosophy that just flips conventional wisdom on its head. Bankers tell him to save, maybe invest traditionally. He apparently just laughs and says he'll blow it all in the next video.
He actually says that.
Yeah. And it's not just talk. It seems to be a core calculated strategy. It's what fuels that insane growth. It goes back to June 2017. He got his first big sponsor check, $10,000, from a company called Quid.
Okay.
But his condition for taking the sponsorship was pretty unusual. He said he would give all the money away, every single dollar, to someone in need that same day.
The whole 10 grand.
The whole 10 grand.
Yeah.
He filmed himself finding a homeless man and just gifting him the entire amount. That video predictably went viral.
Yeah.
Huge jump in subscribers. And then, of course, brands started sending him even bigger checks.
So that proved the concept.
Exactly. It basically solidified his rule right then and there. Reinvest 95% of everything, sponsor deals, YouTube AdSense money, straight back into the next video. The idea is to keep basically nothing for himself personally.
90 to 95%, that's almost everything.
Pretty much. And the scale now is staggering. Beast Industries, his company, is reportedly spending something like $250 million on content just this year. He even tweeted, and this is kind of amazing, that he personally has very little money because he reinvests everything. He apparently had to borrow money from his mother for his wedding expenses.
Wow. Okay, so what's fascinating there is that it's clearly not just a financial tactic, right? It's deeper. It feels like a profound commitment to constant growth and maybe to the mission itself, whatever he defines that as. The formula seems incredibly simple, yet really powerful. Put every dollar back into the business and keep smiling for future growth, even when your pockets are empty. That's how the source framed it. It really speaks to a mindset where the business is the main vehicle for the capital, not about building personal wealth, at least not directly. And that, in turn, drives that exponential growth. It gives him a unique edge because he can keep outdoing himself and everyone else.
Absolutely. So with all that cash constantly flowing back into the operation, what does that actually look like? How does it play out in the real world?
Yeah.
Well, it leads us straight into a really fascinating third lesson. Let's call it ingenious marketing of good deeds. Or maybe philanthro-marketing.
Philanthro-marketing, I like that.
Yeah, you know the old saying, do good and throw it in the river.
Right.
Like, do it anonymously.
Right, keep it quiet.
MrBeast's approach is the complete opposite. It's more like, do good, film it, turn it into compelling content, gain public sympathy, genuinely help people, and create more engaging stuff. It's this really effective blend.
It's a feedback loop.
Totally. And the examples are pretty stunning. He funded cataract surgeries for 1,000 people, literally helping people as a source see the world again. He's gifted homes to homeless families, gave away 100 homes. He even gave away a whole island in one video.
An entire island.
Yeah. The source notes that for him, fun is great charity. It's blurring those lines.
Right.
And beyond those individual viral acts, think about the massive initiatives. Team Trees. That led to planting 24 million trees.
Huge impact.
Team Seeds raised $30 million, pulled 30 million pounds of plastic out of the oceans. Then, March 2023, donated 20,000 pairs of shoes to kids in Africa. November 2023, dug 100 water wells in Kenya. And just recently, July 2024, built 100 complete high-quality homes for people in disaster areas, places like Jamaica, Argentina, Mexico.
Okay, this approach, it definitely raises some important questions, doesn't it? About impact, transparency, maybe the whole evolution of philanthropy. By documenting these acts, making them content, he's not only raising incredible awareness and, probably inspiring millions of others, but he's also effectively earning from the platform and then using that platform to improve the world. It's a really potent model for leveraging that kind of massive influence for global good. It demonstrates that being transparent about giving back, making it part of the brand, can actually drive engagement, growth, and create widespread positive change. Maybe in ways traditional, quieter charity can't always match in terms of scale or public involvement.
It's definitely a very modern way to think about giving back, yeah. Okay, so this huge reinvestment strategy, combined with this unique content approach, it's naturally snowballed into something even bigger. Which brings us to our fourth key takeaway from the sources. Brand expansion. That original YouTube channel, it's not just a channel anymore.
Right.
It's basically the core of Beast Industry, a company now valued at, get this, a reported $5 billion.
$5 billion, wow.
Yeah. With expected revenues around $900 million in 2025. This massive transformation from, YouTuber to serious business mogul, it feels like a direct result of that relentless reinvestment we talked about. Even if, like we said, he's borrowing from his mom for his wedding.
It all connects back.
It really does. Think about his snack brand, Feastables. Launched in 2022. It's been a huge hit. Our sources say it did $250 million in sales in 2024, with a very healthy $20 million in profit.
That's serious business.
Totally. And they're expanding the product line, cookies and cream bars, peanut butter things, gummy candies. You can find them in regular stores now. Jimmy's even claimed, maybe partly joking, but maybe not, that the snacks are selling faster than his videos are getting views.
That's quite a statement.
Isn't it? And investors seem to agree. They're predicting Feastable sales could triple by 2026. And the future plans, even bigger. Drinks, cereals, mobile games are apparently in the works. And there's serious talk of an IPO, taking the company public sometime around 2027 or 2028.
If we step back and look at this, it really illustrates a potentially new roadmap for creators, doesn't it? The mantra seems crystal clear. Earn from your content, use that to build a brand, and then use the brand to supercharge your content. It's this powerful cycle. This is where that mix of passion, data analysis, because they're tracking everything, and maybe just heart, it all combines to create this this rocket ship. It turns a single creator into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. It's not just a business model. You could argue it's becoming the definitive blueprint for this creator era we're in. It shows how content, done right and reinvested smartly, can be the foundation for a truly vast business empire.
A powerful blueprint, absolutely. Okay, finally, how does he make sure all this incredible work, the videos, the charity, the brands, get seen by as many people as possible? Leads to our fifth crucial learning: multi-platform domination. Or maybe call it a cross-platform blast.
Everywhere at once.
Exactly. MrBeast seems to live by this principle. What is seen sells. What is seen more sells more. So he strategically pushed his content out across basically every screen, every major platform, every market, all at the same time. We're talking Instagram, YouTube, obviously, TikTok, even getting into major streaming with Amazon Prime Video.
It's saturation, but smart saturation.
Right. And the sources highlight this key synergy. Every platform complements the others. Strong performance on TikTok, for example, has a direct ripple effect, boosting YouTube views and vice versa.
Okay, let's see some numbers on that.
Okay, so YouTube main channel, those 400 million subscribers, TikTok. He commands 118 million followers there, with 1.2 billion likes on his short clips. And those clips directly push people to his longer YouTube videos, Instagram. He uses that for big collaborations, like with the soccer star Neymar, which hugely boosts his brand value and reach.
Right, associated with other huge names.
Then there's Spotify, using podcasts for longer, deeper stories, keeping fans engaged in a different way. And the big one recently, Amazon Prime Video. His show, Beast Games, premiered and just exploded. 50 million views in only 25 days.
50 million in less than a month.
Yeah, it became Prime's most watched unscripted show, basically overnight. It cemented him as what the source called OTT's most valuable magnet, OTT meaning those streaming services like Prime. And this whole crossfire loop idea is key. He shares behind-the-scenes stuff for teasers on, say, TikTok or Instagram, and it demonstrably drives sales for Feastables or viewership for the Amazon show or the main YouTube channel. It all feeds itself.
You know, what's really fascinating when you lay it all out is the sheer meticulousness of the social media ecosystem he's built. It's incredibly well crafted. His entire online presence basically acts as a promotion engine for everything else he does on every screen in every format. This crossfire loop strategy, it really proves that in, well, 2025's creator world, consistently pushing one core story or brand across multiple channels isn't just about, you know, feeding the algorithm. It effectively makes, as one source put it, the entire internet play drums for you. It's truly a masterclass in achieving omnipresence and leveraging every single digital touch point for the absolute maximum impact and growth.
So there you have it. 5 pretty incredible, almost unbelievable lessons from MrBeast's journey. From thinking radically different and just relentlessly reinvesting almost everything, to cleverly harnessing good deeds for engagement, then expanding that into a multi-billion-dollar brand portfolio.
Right.
And finally, conquering basically every digital platform you can think of. His story, it really is fire-starting, as he might say. It's a huge testament to what's achievable now.
And it does raise, I think, an important question for you, the listener, listening to all this. How could these principles, maybe not the exact same scale, obviously, but the ideas of crazy innovation, of radical reinvestment, of transparent impact, aggressive brand building, and that relentless multi-platform presence, how could they apply to your goals, whether those are personal goals or professional ones? What's maybe one small, unconventional step you could take this week, inspired by this, to start your own deep dive into some new possibilities and maybe, you know, start writing your own success story?
That's an excellent thought to chew on, a great challenge for the week ahead. Thank you for diving deep with us today. We'll catch you on the next one.